Hey guys, welcome back to Adlib Talk, and this is my review for Nomadland. Directed, written and edited by Chloe Zhao and starring Frances McDormand, Nomadland is the story of Fern, a woman who travels around the American West as a nomad. It is based on the 2017 book Nomadland: Surviving America in the 21st Century by Jessica Berder. But before we start with this review, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoy it, and please do consider subscribing. It are the two main ways to help support my channel here. Thanks, and let's get right into that review. Houseless, not homeless. That is how Fern refers to herself at the start of this movie. And that quote perfectly describes the way our main protagonist goes about her life. Nomadland is a moving, melancholic character study of a woman who decided to take to the road in an RV and spend her life traveling from checkpoint to checkpoint. She took this decision after, in 2011, she lost her job at the US gypsum plant in Empire, Nevada, which was shut down. Having also worked there for many years with her recently deceased husband, she had lost her job, she had lost her community, and she had lost her loved one. And this forced her to leave the place. She decided to purchase a van, an RV, and make her way to the Amazon Fulfillment Center, where she worked there for the winter, basically for the season, right? This was just the beginning of a long road for Fern, which would take her to meet a variety of different people, take her to see a variety of different places and experience a variety of different jobs. Linda, Fern's friend, informs her that Bob Wells sort of organizes this sort of desert rendezvous in Arizona, and it is here that she meets Swanky and David, two of her other very good friends. That is the premise for the movie. To tell you more would be criminal. It's incredible when you think about it that the majority of the characters that I mentioned are actually not really actors but nomads, acting as themselves. The previously mentioned Swanky, for example, was a woman who, struggling to make her rent at the age of 64, decided to move into her van and become a nomad, moving from place to place looking for seasonal work. This also includes Bob Wells and Linda May, giving this movie a bit of a sort of hybrid fiction, non-fiction feel. At times, it almost feels like a documentary. And this is especially the first half of the movie. If this movie was pretty much listed as a documentary at the halfway point, I definitely would not have noticed. The second half does become a bit more obvious because of certain, plot points here and there, which are a bit convenient, right? They are, after all, they do have to push the plot somehow. But all of this give this movie a truly, truly authentic feel. However, at the end of the day, the movie does base most of its emotional punch on its leading star, Frances McDormand, and she really does run away with her performance. Watching Fern learn about how to take care of herself in the wild, wild west is truly fascinating, and it almost feels like actress Frances McDormand is herself learning these things on the go, all leading through this sort of authentic feel of a person who is starting to experience life as a nomad. Seeing, for example, Fern learning from Swanky as Swanky explains how important it is to have a spare tire. The fact that this van is your life. If this van breaks down and you are in the middle of nowhere, you are potentially dead. It was all so authentic, so real, right? Which really, really helped this movie. As a character, Fern herself is extremely likable, and McDormand gives us an incredibly multifaceted performance. We see her go through a variety of different phases, sometimes of grief, sometimes of loneliness, but sometimes even of happiness and joy, as she becomes friends, for example, with members of the nomad community. She uses her facial expressions so well to showcase these emotions. Show, don't tell. That is something that I harp on again and again, and that is showcased so well by actress Frances McDormand in this movie. Director Chloe Zhao visualizes all of this in the most amazing of ways. The long shots used in this movie to showcase the American West are something to behold. Some of the shots of the Badland National Park, for example, were truly breathtaking, and seeing McDormand wander through that park with the excellent soundtrack in the background was really well done. To be honest, words can't truly explain just how good all of this is. You just have to watch it and truly grasp the absolute beauty of this movie. The beautiful landscape of the American West is the perfect backdrop to showcase and emphasize Fern's solitude and grief. She's still recovering from losing everything. We then have a shift, for example, to Fern working in the Amazon Fulfillment Center, which is deliberately jarring. We see sort of the close-ups which emphasize the sort of hectic nature of that work. So well done. Thematically, it's also a very powerful movie, managing to give us commentary on a variety of quite contemporary and some not contemporary American ideas, such as the American dream. Manages to analyze, for example, the effects of the Great Recession on the middle-aged working class. It manages to scrutinize American ideas like freedom and working hard and how to achieve your dreams, right, through hard work. As well as common themes like grief and loss. It is all done in such a respectful manner, but also in a rather melancholic manner. Although tonally, it is not all doom and gloom, as there are some moments of hope, some moments of also some lovely sweet moments. For example, one example that I can think of is when Fern holds a baby in her hands. It is such a sweet moment. Really, really was nice to see. Nomadland is most definitely one of the best movies of the year. Is it a worthy winner of the Golden Globes? I think compared to its competition, Nomadland definitely does deserve the win, considering the absolute quality showcase in pretty much all elements of this movie. The soundtrack is sublime, making excellent use of Ludovico Einaudi's music from his project 7 Days Walking, which perfectly fits the whole theme of reconnecting with nature and so on. The performances are excellent. McDormand gives us one of her best ever performances, as I've already explained. It's also simply a beautiful piece of art. The visual splendor of it all just has to be experienced. I cannot emphasize enough just how beautiful this is. I'm truly looking forward to seeing more of Chloe Zhao's work. With regard to Nomadland, I think I can safely give this movie a 5 out of 5 and my highest of recommendations. Go and watch it, but be patient. It is a slow burn, it's a slow experience, but if you give it some time, you will be rewarded. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video and please do consider subscribing to get more movie and video game reviews. Cheers, and I'll see you guys next time right here on Ad Lib Talk.